Hello, DebV here. I am using a different phone for recording. Please let this come out. When I hit record, it took it like 3 seconds before it actually started, so I don't have high hopes. But anyways, so my upgrade kit for the Meridian arrived, and I haven't opened it. It's sitting here. All I did was take it out of the giant box that it shipped in. I now have enough bubble wrap to, I don't know, package a small child and send them away. It's huge. But as you can see, it's to upgrade an Altair or a Meridian, which is what I have. I'm sure most of this will be out of shot. Let me get the box open. Oh, on the back here, it says it has the couching embroidery foot, 7x12 magnetic frame. It will now have 2-point positioning. Couching embroidery patterns have been added, 15 additional IQ Designer decorative fill designs, 12 new IQ Designer line motifs, 2 more embroidery fonts, 1 new monogramming font, and additional embroidery patterns. Easy stippling and embroidery editing. I don't know. Inside, it has an activation card. It has with the activation code and site URL, and an installation guide, couching the foot and the frame. So there's not actually a whole lot in the box because most of it is digital. So let's get the box open. All those double flaps are hard on my hands. Okay, upside down. Let's turn it the other way. Don't feel like dropping it all on the floor. Really? There we go. All right. Well, it's well packaged. Scissors. There. So in this bag looks like our foot, our couching foot. I'll probably never use this. I'm going to put it right back in its little bag. I mean, I guess I should test it. I'm rather set in my ways. So unless somebody wants me to do something specifically with it, then it'll probably never get used. That's okay. It'll get put away with all the other stuff that doesn't get used. So we'll set that up there. Wow, this frame is huge. Really? That's 7 inches? So this frame is 7x14, right? Let's turn it around the other way. Oh, come on, Debbie. So the inside is actually 9 inches across, but they call it a 7-inch. Now, I get it needs to be a bit bigger than the 7 inches, obviously, because you want to use the 7 inches. But hey, that 6-inch, I can't use 6 inches in it. And even though it's a little bigger than 6 inches, the machine won't stitch it if you make a design 6 inches. So if this one is 9 inches across, why can't we do something bigger in it? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It is big. It is not an IQ frame, I don't believe. This is just magnetic. Yeah, just magnetic. And the people I've seen online that used them kept talking about how strong these magnets were and to be careful and all this. So, well, there's cardboard in it. I'm going to bend that up. Ooh, that really, oh, that is strong. Yep, that's strong. We'll just keep that cardboard on it. And this little envelope, it'll have my activation. Well, what did I just set the, really? Do you see my scissors? I'm losing my mind. I set them behind me. Well, that wasn't embarrassing at all. Okay, so let me see if I can get this out so I can show you the instruction booklet at least. There, that's where I set my scissors. Of course, in 5 minutes, I won't remember that. I have to get my activation codes out. So it had said I was going to get two $15 cards, but I did not. So upgrade activation code. That's all I got. I didn't get my $15. Okay. I guess I misread it. Huh. I could have swore that the activation came with $15 off. So this is a little threading wire for the yarn to thread your yarn through that couching foot. And if you lose this, you could use a regular wire threader, you know, the old-fashioned kind, not the weird one that pushes from the front. I can't use those at all. I've tried. I'll set that there. I could have swore it said that I was going to get. Okay, so this is the installation guide. Blah, 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 blah. Without my glasses, that's what it says. Updating your machine software, page 2. Okay. And I'm sure that, yeah, it has to be put on. All of it will be put onto a thumb drive and loaded into my machine. Does maybe this have the cards in it? I swore I was supposed to get cards. Talks about the magnetic frame in many languages. This tells you how to use your magnetic frame in 1, 2, 3, 4 languages. Cool. I mean, you know, it's a frame and it's got magnets. It's pretty self-explanatory. We'll just put that back in here for safekeeping. All right, I guess I was wrong, unless I just missed it. Set that up there. Let me lose my scissors again. I don't know where I'm going to put all these frames. I needed more, sure. Huh. Nope, not in there. Huh. No, I am not finding them. Okay, wasn't in this. Maybe it was only the first, 1,000 people that bought it or something. I was watching videos that showed what all came in it, and all of them got $15 cards for Embroidery Library, one for Embroidery Library and one for Urban Threads, both of which I own designs from. They, make beautiful designs. So I was kind of tickled about getting that $30 of free designs, but you know, it's not the end of the world. You can't miss something you never had, right? Well, that's a lie. You can too. But obviously, it's wasn't for all time. Probably only the first so many boxes had it in it. I mean, you know, those companies can't, those embroidery companies, they can't give it away forever. And I imagine Baby Lock wasn't giving them $30 for each one of them. So that's all that comes in your upgrade kit. And I will get that pulled up and on a thumb drive. I will do that on the computer and I will record it as I'm doing that. Hello, DebV here. That new Baby Lock Meridian that I had purchased, my upgrade kit had arrived, and it's time to do the upgrade. Now, I ran into a problem when I was doing it, and I was filming it because I wasn't able to find anything online to show us how, so I thought, well, we'll see if we can't help other people out. And they don't really give any instructions. Now, what they say, use a USB media, nothing else on it. It needs to be 4 gigabytes or larger, formatted for a FAT32 format. And you're supposed to go to this. It gives you, in the booklet, it gives you a web address, and it's wrong. But the card that came with it, yes, that was my desk chair. I forgot it over at the sewing machine. The card that came with my machine and had an activation code on it has a different web address, and that's the one you need to use, which I will show you. But what I've got on my screen right now, this is what I figured out. Something strange happened in the wee hours of the morning. I haven't been sleeping well. I know it's my allergies, but anyways, I turned on YouTube on my TV, and up popped this how to upgrade, but it was an old one. And I went, well, let's watch it and see what they say. This was a sewing machine shop, you know, put out by a shop, and it actually showed more detail. And so that's what I'm going to try today. So I had downloaded this, and that you think is the file, but it's not. This is empty. So let's go ahead and delete that. But I did get it downloaded, and I did it, even though it says do it to the thumb drive, I've got it on my computer. So I've got it here. Now, after I saw that video, I had already tried opening it because all it says is to put it on the thumb drive. So I had it on the thumb drive. And when it didn't work, I unzipped it onto the thumb drive, and that didn't work. And I reformatted it 3 times and downloaded it, and discovered that even though it was popping open to a blank screen and you thought it was done, it wasn't done. So my Google Drive, I went to close the browser and Google popped up, hey, do you want to stop downloading? I went, what do you mean stop downloading? This was when I had gotten frustrated and was giving it up. And I realized that it wasn't actually the zip file. If you may have a different program to open it, and I have 2 different programs in my system. So if you have a different one, it can give you a different picture for a zip file. And I thought that's what the case was on that. But what it needs to look like, and let's make these bigger so you can see them. See how that looks with the zipper across the file? That's what it needs to look like when it's done. So if it doesn't look like that, it's not done. Just walk away, because it took like 8 minutes, maybe 10. It had told me I had another 8 minutes to go when I saw it, and I just said whatever and left the computer on. It hasn't been shut off all night. I just didn't care at that point. But what I did in the wee hours when I saw that was come in here and double click on where the one I had unzipped, and sure enough, here is a PDF that will tell you how to do it, blah blah blah, which is very, very helpful. Now, let me just drag this down a little bit. Do you see here, copy only the update file UPF to the USB flash drive? Now it says do not drag and drop. That's still copying, so I'm not sure why it says that. Maybe because sometimes you miss and put it somewhere else. I don't know. But it actually says it in the PDF inside of the zip file. So if you open up the zip file, if you unzip it, extract it. How's that? Now that will take you, it took, my system is running really slow right now. It took on my computer about 15 minutes to unzip that file, and there's not that much in it. So I'm thinking it's because I've got an adapter for the thumb drives. I'm out of USB slots, so I bought a 7-slot thing and plugged it in, and apparently it's a very slow one. It's probably only a 2.0 instead of a 3.0. I don't know. It was what I could afford, so it's what I got. And that's probably why mine ran so slow. But this part is all you need. So I have my little thumb drive over here. And if you have Windows 11, this really is as easy as you grab it and you get it close to the top, and see how it'll pop down these little things. Pick the one you want, and then if you don't have something already on that side, it'll ask you which file that you've got open that you want there, and you just touch it, click on it, and it'll pop it into it. And it says not to drag and drop, but see how that says copy to? So it's still copy. I'm not sure what the deal is, but yes, like I said, mine is taking a while. So while that's doing that, I will show you. Let me get this. I'm going to open up Chrome. We're just going to yeah, I know. And oh, let's do that again. No. Click. All right. So, glasses on. Haven't even had coffee. After being up at, I want to say it was like 2:30, and watching that video, I was back up at 4:30. So, my eyes aren't working real well. But the address is babylock.com/BLTAU. Now, you can get to this, you can type it in and you can download it, but without the key. They have a key on the back of that card that I have not scratched off. It's got scratch marks in it, but I haven't done anything to it. That I will have to put in to activate it. So you can't, it won't let you upgrade without purchasing it. Updates are different. Those are normally free, but this is an upgrade. It's going to make the Meridian 1 be the Meridian 2. So, and really, it's adding a couple of features and mostly designs and fills and such. But the 2-point precision, I really want that. That to me is going to be worth it. So this is where you get it, and you check on your machine, which I will show you when we get over to the machine. I'll show you that. And mine said 1.5, and yours probably would too if you just bought it. And you click not the latest, and it will download it. And like I said, and I can show you, I click this, it's going to ask me where to put it. And I made, in my documents, I made a baby lock Meridian file and just downloaded a bunch of stuff. And this would make it separate. See how it's added the one? Because I've already got it. So if I click save, now over here, see how it says done? And I was like, oh, it's done. That was fast. But it's not. It is not done. If I click on this, it really is done that fast. Whoa. Okay. Yay. Today is working a lot faster. Yesterday, well, last night, when I tried to film this, every time I clicked on this, it popped open a blank thing. And I did fill out, I sent a message, and I told them I was trying to make a video to show other people how to upgrade, and I couldn't even get it to work for me. You don't have any instructions. I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm just saying, I'm actually halfway adept at computers. I've been using them since the 80s, and I'm not saying I have an education in it, but I did take courses, and I know a bit about them. How's that? Started out with basic programming and, smatches and smatches, and used to build some. But I'm not going to claim to know everything about them, and I don't even try to keep up with it. It changes too fast, and my brain doesn't function at top speed anymore. All the same, I just felt that they really needed a little more information given. They need to update their booklets. One sentence is all they have to say. Open the zip file instructions enclosed. Well, 2 sentences. But still, that's all they really have to say. As you can see, it's still unzipping. And yeah, or I shouldn't say unzipping. It's still copying that over to here. Until I get it into my thumb drive, I can't do anything. So, we'll be back in a moment. Okay, all done. That took a bit. And like I said, I'm sure it's because of the adapter I added to have more USB ports. It's just too slow. But for you, I will have cut out most of that, imagine. Let's hope. So now we've got it on our thumb drive. I don't need this anymore. I would recommend doing this. I just simply made a file and dumped everything in it. I downloaded every reference guide, blah, 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 that I could find. Because, they're not saying, oh, we're discontinuing it. But when you look in updates for the machines, they'll show all the machines. It's not there. No, it's not there at all. When you do a search for the Meridian and you manage to find the Meridian, it doesn't offer you updates on its page, but they'll tell you that's where to look for it. So yes, they're discontinuing it. That's why the price has dropped. But all the same, you can upgrade it to the 2 and it'll cost you what, 2/3 the price of the 2. So I felt it was worth it. Let's go to the machine and see if this will work. All right, now I want to show you on the machine how to check what, I know. The first thing it wants to do is adjust that. It always calibrates the embroidery arm, which is great, but we're going to go up here to this and we're going to go down to here on page 3 for the Meridian. It shows you like how many stitches I've already done. I've been working on my cathedral window, so it's not a billion stitches yet, but yeah, I've already got 17,000 on. Don't know what that is, but this is my version for the operating system, like with your Windows, which the new one is 2.11, so it does need it. And you just click OK. We're going to turn it off again. Now to load in our upgrade, we hold in our needle threading button, not the needle down, but the needle threading button, the one closest to your screen. Hold that in while turning it on. Boom, it gives you this screen. You need to put your thumb drive in the top USB port. There's 2 of them on the side. The bottom one always shows a little mouse next to it because you can also use a mouse with this. And the top one is its main USB port. Now, press load after connecting the USB media containing the upgrade file. And remember, I spent all that time on my computer getting just that UPF file onto it. And that's how we get it to work. It cannot be turned off. If it's going to be, don't do this at a time when there's a storm going on. Anything might affect your electric, because you will probably end up having to take your machine in to be maintenance. I don't know if you could get it to start back. It would be like you're reprogramming your computer. So it's just bare bones, has nothing into it. First time you turn it on, you've got your Windows. Well, now it's a thumb drive. Once upon a time, it was a disk drive. You put the disk in and you'd turn on the computer and it would read it and start loading it. If you turned it off before the operating system was loaded and it went through its 4 hours of getting your machine ready, then your machine didn't necessarily want to work again. What I had to do was go in, because yes, of course it had happened before, go in and you have to know how to do it. And I wouldn't be able to do it anymore because I can't even remember. But I had to turn the computer on and get it into a DOS field. And DOS was an operating system that we were using in the beginning, or the beginning for me. How's that? So your original Windows weren't a true operating system. It had to have DOS. So you could get into that and then tell it to read from you could get into that and then tell it to read from your floppy drive. Yes, it's been that long ago. I'm old. And then format. First thing I would have to do is reformat the hard drive and then load in the operating system again. So I'm assuming that that's what would happen with this. If something happened and it stopped mid-stroke, it would probably have to be reprogrammed. But that would be a complete reprogramming because it only has half its instructions. It's like the booklet they gave me for doing the upgrade. You give half the instructions and the brain goes, what? Wait a minute, that ain't working. Why isn't it not working? And you keep going in a vicious circle. Why isn't it not working? But it says to do it this way. Yes. All right. Upgrade complete. So now, and I've got the instructions pulled up on my computer screen. So it says remove the USB flash drive from the port on the machine. Boom. Turn the machine off, pause, and then turn it on again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I count because I get impatient. I don't know what to tell you. If I didn't, then it probably wouldn't be a long enough pause. We turned it back on. Your machine software has been updated. Well, let's see. Now it's going to recalibrate, always recalibrates every time. The thing is now I have 7 screens. So it says 2.10, but it's supposed, oh, here we go, certification key. Now I can put in my certification key. So I don't have the ability for the fuzz out part. If you purchased and want to certify, press certification key, press kit number to certify. Normal certification. So now I will put in my key. So we'll be back in a moment. All right. To use the card, let me go back out. You have to use that card that came in your kit. Okay. On the back, and I've scratched it off now, has your key code. Underneath my thumb is my key code. To use it, normal certification, it wants just numbers, and I can't do just numbers. This has letters and numbers. So you do have to do the online machine certification. I never read those. I know, bad me. Now I'm going to punch mine in, but you see how 16-digit activation code, and it shows you scratching it off. So we'll be right back. All right, after I had it in, I had to push another button that said it will be sent to, but it was showing it, so I couldn't do it on camera. Now it says certification was successful. Please restart the sewing machine. And as soon as my arm reaches far enough, it's great having really short legs and really short arms, never being able to reach anything. Can you not tear up that fabric? My male cat is perturbed with me because he wants food right now, and I'm talking to myself instead. All right. Yes, sir. I know. Purr, purr, purr. I know sometimes that seems like an aggravation, but it is important for the embroidering part. So, 2, 3, it still says 2.1, but it does have a check mark next to my kit 1. So I now have my upgrade in here. Everything should be, I named mine So Sweet. Isn't she sweet? And this is the extra. Okay, so now we have the ability to do it through my Wi-Fi. If you have internet access through Wi-Fi and you do the upgrade, you can, after this, I can do my updates through the Wi-Fi. I don't have to go and fight with it on the computer, blah, blah, blah. I can just do it here. And it'll even give you a status. And it says the latest version, even though on the, yep, whatever. On the computer screen on their website, it said 2.11. This is actually 2.10. So if any of you do it and you end up with 2.11, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to find out why mine is only 2.1 when the website says the other. Maybe I'll hit that and see what it does. Please wait a while. Do not turn off machine. Download. Oh, well, maybe there is another update. Let's see. I guess he'll just wait a few more minutes, huh? Wow. Hmm. The new update program is ready. To install the update, turn off the machine and then hold down the automatic threading button and turn the machine on again. Okay, so I'm turning it off. I'm holding my button in and I'm turning it on. Wi-Fi, load, and it's going to do it again. So it's going to be the same process, only this part came through the Wi-Fi, and this is the rest. This is the update after the upgrade, I guess is what you would call it. It takes it a while. I actually have high-speed internet, and I bought a high-speed modem, Wi-Fi modem. When did I get that? Of course, it is like a year old now, year and a half maybe. So I guess it's not as high speed as, because technology changes every 6 months. It's just, you can't keep up with it. But still, this is how slow it goes on mine. I don't know. If yours goes a lot faster, please let me know. I would love to be able to call Spectrum and say, hey, what's the deal here? Because I keep telling them that you've throttled me down, and they keep saying, oh, no, we haven't. But I am up. Well, I have just spent 2 hours doing this. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning. And I started the getting everything ready at 5. I still haven't had my coffee. It's sitting in the pot in there. It's going to get cold and ucky. But I wanted to get this done before my husband came down, and, all those noises that come with men. Well, women do them too. We just like to hide them more. Anyways, this is going to take a while. We'll be back when it's all uploaded and ready for the next phase. Update complete. So that's done. And we will shut it off again. Couple of deep breaths and back on. That should have been a long enough pause, don't you think? It's not an instantaneous thing. I mean, everything takes a little while, doesn't it? Just setting the machine up took a while. I still haven't figured out where to put these giant hoops. I've got a huge hoop and it sits underneath on top of my sublimation printer because I don't know where to put it. Please read the end user license agreements before use, because I'll do that, sure. Down, down. I know there's people out there right now going, you have to read everything. My oldest is like that. And I said, I don't know what to tell you. I'm okay with that. Done. So, it's supposed to have, or is it this one? It's this one. Here we go. So that's the new alphabet. We go back. And these are for the yarn, for the cording. Now, of course, you can only go so thick because the hole in the foot isn't that big. But yep, there they are. Well, that's how you update it. I'm not going to go through everything that's in the update because I haven't even figured it all out myself yet. But that shows you how to update it. There is a trick to it. Just remember, unzip the file and pull out. There's only 2 things in there. So one of them is a README file, a PDF, and the other one is the file you need for the update. And that's really all you have to remember. It's not the PDF file. And put that on the thumb drive and use that. It goes real smooth when you know that part. When you don't know that part, you drive yourself insane. But thank you for joining me. I hope this helps anyone that is struggling to upgrade their machine. Now, I'm not going to say that that works for all machines. This is the only one I have updated. This is the only one I have. So, well, I have the Flourish 2 still. I'm going to take that in, and I've put a note on it so I can't even forget to tell him to go through everything because I'm going to be putting it up for sale. I don't have room for it, so there's no reason to keep it. It can go. Thank you. I hope it helps. You have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.